Hello Cancer, this is your extended reading. So, remember when you said in the first part that you were wisely waiting for some beautiful magical thing or idea or opportunity to manifest for you, to be shown for you in the perfect timing, in divine timing. So I feel like, if you were being approached by the same person that, used to open doors for you or used to give you like a steady job or a steady income or some sort of uh, day-to-day kind of reliable thing, right? Or terrain or house or whatever it is in practical terms. I feel like it's almost like you were putting yourself, in a position to analyze everything in your life, your own thoughts, your own decisions, your own self critic, your own uh, the ability for you to judge things based on what is true for you, right? And how you were seeing that accepting the advice or accepting the opportunity to continue on the same path that you were was not the wisest decision, because you realized that that person or that opportunity was keeping you in a level where it's not that you were regressing, right, or taking a step back in terms of your own progress, your own maturity, but in a sense it's like it's a travel path. So going back to that just didn't seem the right decision for you, and so you knew that there was something that was coming your way, but it was still being ready or being perfected so that you could receive the most when it was ready to be delivered for you. And I feel like this is exactly what this extended is showing me. And I feel like it has such incredible cosmic universal power um, message in it and strength in it, because it's like you knew that the right opportunity would come your way, even though it would be something that it's like, because it was still unknown, right? It's like you could only sense a few glimpses of it. It's like you could only sense the shift in the current, right? But you knew that it was coming for you. And because we're beginning here with another king, but this is the king of light, it's how it's coming through, the king of wands, right? And it's like you like, even though you weren't seeing exactly how it would show up or through whom or through which opportunity, like the details of, the how, you didn't know exactly, but you could see the tiny rays of light or this shimmery light already escaping or reaching you in a sense. And so and you knew, because you took this step back so you could analyze, in a cold, wise kind of way, that there would come a time where this opportunity would present itself with the few glimpses that you were already receiving, right? So here it is, like the full light, right? This being that is lit up. So, this is something that reminds me of a lesson that Sen shared, not only with me, but all of you who watch her videos. She often mentions how, in her own life, people or places or, situations and jobs and stuff like that, that are important for her, whenever it's the first time that she's meeting them, they light up. It's like they, get this light or color about them that really detach them from the background. And this is what I'm seeing here for you, Cancer. It's like there is this one person, this opportunity, this situation, this place, whatever it is, that is coming to you that is different from this King of Pentacles that we saw, right? It's like this, if this was an old boss, or an old workplace, an old house, maybe your parents or who invested in you, or you know, patrons, whatever it is, they are not this one. It's like this one is detached from the background and they're coming to you, right, with the Three of Wands. So this is the card that, you know, traditionally talks about the ships coming in, but it's not exactly a ship. The way that it's coming through is more like a person, because, you know, it's a king. So it can be an opportunity coming through a person, but you see that they are the one because of how you perceive them, because it's like it's matching the glimpses of light that you were already receiving before, right? Even though you didn't know exactly how it would be, but you identify in this one that, you know, they are coming straight to you. It's like, this is what I'm seeing here. Although, you know, this is a shape that usually is pointing forward, but this is just your own direction. It's like you are facing them, right? And they are coming to you. They are the ones, it's like they are the King of Wands, right? And they're coming with the Three of Wands. So they are, maybe they are inspired by you, by your incredible integrity is the word that is coming through. It's like you didn't accept opportunities even though they were the most safe decisions, or they were the most secure decisions that you could have taken back then. So it's like they are attracted by you, they are attracted by your light, right? It's like you see their light, but they see your own light, and so they are coming to you, and there's something that they want to offer. That's the thing here, because so from now on, you know, following this Three of Wands, we have the High Priestess, and after the High Priestess, actually, we have three other major arcana, which are actually, they're all tied together. They are painting the same picture, but it's like there's something being popped. So whenever they come in contact with you, it's like you know that they are coming to talk to you. You know that they're coming to offer you something. You know that, you know, there is an open door that they want to open for you. It's like they want to give you something. They want to propose you something. And so mainly it's here in this High Priestess. So if you see this, you know, these two shapes here, it's almost like they are it's like the bottleneck, right? They are like the space, you know, of a clear channel, but that is blocked by something. And so what they're offering you is to pop this. It's like I'm seeing something that is, you know, blocked or clogged or whatever it is, and they are offering to take that. It's like, and it feels, because, you know, the High Priestess is extremely spiritual. I feel like whatever it is that they are coming to offer you, and now that I'm saying that, you know, this being is so lit up that they don't necessarily have to be an actual person. They could be like a light being, like literally. Obviously there are light beings living amongst us in human bodies, but I feel like, you know, that could be a case for you. But if not, this could be, you know, a spiritual entity that is coming down to talk to you. It's like they are approaching you. It's like they want to open a door for you, and it seems to be like a spiritual door, right? Not only because in the beginning we had already the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like, and it's interesting because this was talking about this timer, but, you know, very often I see this as a safe door, you know, those very heavy safes where, you know, you have to put in a code, or, you know, have a special key in order to open that really heavy door. And I feel like this is what they're doing, because it's time now. It's like they it's like they are now not under this head anymore, so they can approach you with this likeness of being that they have, that they are, right? So whatever it is that they are bringing to you, it seems to be, maybe we're talking about an awakening, but, you know, from my own experience, Cancer, and me being a Cancer too, maybe this is completely, you know, resonating to my moment right now. But from my experience, you know, the awakening process that we call, you know, generally, it doesn't necessarily have to be like one unique random event, and then, you know, for the rest of your life you don't go through other awakenings. It seems to me like it goes in stages, you know, stages of how much we're ready. And, you know, this is how much you're ready to know. It's like you have stuck with your own beliefs, what you know is right for you, and so it's like you're now ready to know more. So maybe you're ready to go through this popping of this channel, right? This popping of this spiritual bottleneck phase, right? That seems to be like this next stage for you in your spiritual development, Cancer. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, we have the moon following this high priestess. So another extremely intuitive, well, the moon is your ruler, Cancer. So it is awakening your own power, but your power in terms of intuitive abilities, in terms of your own sensitivity. It's like maybe there is some sort of blockage to your own intuition, to your own ability to perceive further, right? And maybe it's because you are extremely analytical, and but wisely so, you are waiting for the next step. You were waiting for the magic to show itself to you again, right? And here it comes. It feels like, you know, maybe we are talking about this power of you, right? Your power of seeing in the dark, your power of knowing things that are, you know, a complete mystery. And, you know, it's something that is not only the spiritual path or the psychic development or the unconscious realm, or, you know, talking about new age things, or it's not just intuitive and internal, right? It is also external, because we have these very, very beautiful cards coming next, the Empress and the Sun card. So if this is talking about the subconscious, your spiritual self, your higher self, the domain of the unknown, the domain of the mysterious, the realm of spirit, the realm of light, you know, even though we are talking about the moon, which is nighttime, but the light in the dark, right? The intuitive ability to perceive in the dark, when you don't have much information, but you just trust what you're given, what you're feeling, what you're receiving, right? So if this is one side of you that is being popped, that is being, you know, it's like this channel is being freed from whatever blockage there was here. It's like it's being unclogged, perhaps. It's like there's something about the power of the moon, which is you, which is your ruler, right? Being reawakened, I want to say. But as much as this side of you is being unclogged and freed, let's say, your day-to-day, your human self, your body, right? It's like your earthy self, the one that is awake during daytime, right? The one that is functioning in a more practical kind of realm. It is also being upgraded or being brought to a new light, right? Brought to a new perception, and one that is filled with a mentality, I want to say, or perspective that is not only more luminous, more fresh, more joyful, but is also very abundant and prosperous, and trusting in needs that are going to be met, or things that you want that are going to be provided for you in this earthly 3D level, right? It's not just, it's almost like you're joining the best of both worlds. It's like you are navigating during nighttime as much as during daytime, with the same elevation, with the same sense of being upgraded. And this is magic, right? This is the magic reaching you. This is this new light, maybe this new phase in your awakening process, and in a way that is unblocking something that perhaps was, and I don't want to say blocked in a way that is interrupted, but it was just maybe silenced, right? Silenced for a period where the focus was to develop your ability to think with your human mind, right? Think with reason, think with what you knew you had to learn in terms of your practical independence, guided by somebody that was willing to give you, or willing to open the doors that you needed at the time, right? But then when you reached the end of that path, and that person wanted you to keep on doing that, you knew that something was in the works for you, and you just had to wait. You just had to wait because you knew that you could sense, right? You could sense that something was moving, something was being shaped, something was being prepared for you. And this is what this person or this light being is bringing to you. It's almost like they are giving you this, it's like there's something about this light touch, right? This light touch that awakens you, but it's like reawakening you, right? It's a new level of awakening, or a new level of knowingness. And that's the thing, because maybe this is not your first time, right? And because it's not your first time, you know that you can trust in what you cannot see. You know that you can trust in your own feelings, and for that reason you are not neglecting your human self. You are not, diminishing whatever is dense, or whatever is physical, whatever is earthly bound, right? Because you see the light in it too. You see the abundance in nature. You see the blessings that are here, the beauty that is unfolding here in this dimension, right? So it's not a question anymore of choosing, right? If we were talking about your choices, and especially the choice to wait, that maybe was being questioned by somebody that helped you. And so this is not a question of, you have to choose to be a spiritual, devoted being, or you have to be this very practical, maybe, mother, and take care of your kids, your family, your house, your job, your money, whatever it is. It's like, it's not about choosing. It's about integrating. And this is what the main message is here. It's like integrating in the level of, wisdom, right? That you have already achieved. And that is the reason why this is just a question of time, so that you can see it, right? And you can see not only unfold in your spiritual path, or your spiritual development, but also the growth of your physical being, right? It's like the richness of your human experience is going to be flooded by light. Not only, we're replacing, in a sense, the cloud, or the raining down, or the pouring down of, maybe negative thoughts that we were seeing in the first part, but we're replacing it with the sun, which is, the most gorgeous energy, the most beautiful and joyful and happy energy, right? And after that, we have the Sun, the Six of Swords, perhaps. After this Sun card, we have the Six of Swords. So it's so different from where you were, right? And I don't want to say like you're going to a different place. It's just the sensation, sorry. It's just the sensation that you deserve to experience with your own body beautiful things in this earth, as much as make way for, you know, your incredible sensitivity to flourish, right? It's interesting how this is coming through as like this beautiful flower that is about to bloom, as much as this Empress card now. And this is because of the distinction here, right? We're ending with the Six of Swords when we initiated this reading with the Seven of Swords coming down because it's upside down, right? So all of the energies now are moving up, and moving up in a certain direction that is, it's almost bringing you this sense of ease and flow, which is actually interesting because you were keeping yourself distant from these nasty thoughts, right? This cloud of thoughts, you know, maybe storing it in a part of your brain where they would not affect you as much, right? It's like you were wise and clever enough to know where to place these kinds of thoughts. So when you integrate, because this is what we're talking about here, this sense of integration of spirit and matter, right? Of unconscious and conscious, right? Of what is unknown and mysterious and what is known and honored. And the word was coming through and it just slipped through my tongue. Yes, it's something like flourishing, right? It's like an abundant life, right? Experience your life as a flower that is blooming, right? But it's like giving space, giving time for both of these sides to flourish. It's like these are parallel, right? It's like you can do both, and you are doing both, and you are growing in both. You are being elevated in both, and this is giving you the sense of movement and flow and ease and things happening and things working out, which is interesting because I feel like you're not at this point yet, right? But it's like because of the glimpse that you are already getting from what is in the works for you, right? For what is about to show up when the time is right. It's like you know that you can expect good things because not only you are coming from a perspective that is filled with logic and reason and truth, but also filled with integrity. That was the word that, you know, was just being highlighted from you, and being highlighted to this one come to you. So it's like they recognize integrity, they recognize truth, and they are called, or they are it's like they are attracted to that, right? It's like fire and air, right? They feed each other. So as much as you hold your position here, I feel like you are, it's like you are going to accept what they have, or at least you're going to hear them out, right? You're going to receive whatever it is that they are offering you. And the interesting thing is that, you know, we have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is interesting because it's, again, talking about this dynamic here where if you accepted the opportunity to keep on doing things that you were doing, you know, provided by the King of Pentacles, it's like you would always go back to this place where you began this ride, right? So knowing that you didn't want to regress, right? But knowing that you weren't still ready to receive because the opportunity was still being shaped, right? You knew that the moment this opportunity would come, there's something about a lot to learn, right? A lot to learn, but knowing from whom you are learning, knowing who is this teacher, who is this mentor, who is this guru, and again, it's tying back to maybe this isn't an actual person, maybe this is your light version, maybe this is your higher self, coming down to open up this, this new door in your awakening process, to the point that you're not afraid of regressing. It's almost like that you are being upgraded, and when you are being given this new door, this new opportunity, it is an entire new journey. So you accept this student version, right? This fresh, the freshness and the lightness that is coming from this being. It's almost like that you have a lot to learn from who they are, or from what they are offering to teach you. So that's interesting, Cancer. It's like you are learning to discern who are those people that you are wanting to learn from, right? That's really, really interesting. So let's see what the astrological runes have to add then as a final guidance for you. Okay. So we have a fellow water sign, Scorpio. And it's interesting because even though the King of Wands is a fiery energy, Scorpio, or the scorpionic energy, can be also very fiery, because the former ruler of Scorpio was Mars, and Mars is the ruler also of Aries, which is a fire sign, and it is a very active energy, right? So perhaps this is a light being in human form, that is connected to this Scorpio. Maybe they have Scorpio in their chart, but it's not necessarily that. It's all about the intention, right? And I want to say there is a depth to this person that you're going to feel like you're not in shallow water, right? That they have something to give for you that is unknown. It's like diving in open waters where there's a lot to learn, but you have to dive in, right? You have to accept their invitation. You have to accept the light that they're offering. And it's interesting because we're talking about the light and how the light shines in the dark and illuminates your path when you cannot see it, when you cannot have the full package of information, right? And Scorpio, being also water sign, but also being an extremely strategic sign, but also a very intuitive one, it's like joining what you have learned by reaching this level of wisdom and knowledge of the Queen of Swords that we saw in the first part, but also learning how to navigate daytime and nighttime, meaning subconscious and conscious, active and passive, right? It's like knowing how to go to the depths of the things that you know and the things that you don't know, right? Strategize with the information that you have, but also receive what information you don't have still, right? And go in a way that is it's like your antenna is completely tuned in, right? Completely tuned in 24/7, I want to say, right? Because it doesn't turn off when you go to sleep, or it doesn't turn off when you wake up in the morning, right? It's not a question of when you are most aware. It's like you are aware 24/7, Cancer. So use that to strategize something that is for your own self-development and also like your inner outer transformation, right? This is also about the Scorpio final guidance with the room. So I hope this was helpful to you, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.